This is the first project I posted to YouTube. It's just a handwritten recipe I scanned in and engraved to a cutting board. Well, it's been sitting around the shop for 3 years, and so the engraving has faded a little, but sometimes you can get wood like this that's lighter in spots than others. And you don't want to burn up another board. So a way to fix that is to use some paint fill. You just have to get a couple of layers of clear coat on it first, and then you can take the acrylic paint, rub it in, wipe off the residue with some wet wipes, let it dry even more, and then wipe the residue off completely. Then let the board dry, and then put a final coat of clear coat on it, and it'll look a whole lot better. Now, I'll take a link. I'll put a link to that original video down in the description, and I'll pop it up in a card up here somewhere. You can check it out if you like. But we're going to do that, and it's going to look a whole lot better when we get done. I promise. All right, let's get at it. Okay, so I went ahead and put 2 layers of clear coat, and according to the can, times 2, that's 4 layers, which is plenty. I didn't get any runs. But if you do, with this particular brand, it's easy enough just to sand it off with some 400 grit. But if you get lucky, like I did here, you won't have to do any sanding at all. So we're just going to take this Crafter's black acrylic paint. Hope that's showing up good. I'm just going to put some in a little cap. And I will put both of these side by side at the end so you can see what a difference. Now I will get this paint all over me, but that's okay. That's part of the fun. I'll get me a napkin just in case. And I've got some wet wipes to wipe this off with. They're not all that wet right now after staying in the garage, but I'm just going to take a little soft brush and brush the paint down into the writing. And even though there are some misspellings on this, we'll be able to see them better. And the layers of clear coat you have on it will keep this from sticking to the board. And you can wipe it off. And then there'll still be some residue, but you let it dry a little more, and you can get it all off. But this comes in real handy, especially when you have wood that's light and dark in areas, and this happens to be bamboo. But I use acacia wood quite a bit, and it's light and dark. I got a piece sitting right here. You can see it's got some light streaks, and some of the engraving is a little more difficult to see. But if you do this, you can fix it. And that should be fine. You can see this top one starting to dry already. So we'll start wiping up here. Now, if you go up and down, it has a better chance of taking the paint out of the lettering. So if you go side to side, it'll work a little better. All right, now we'll let that set another couple of minutes, and then we'll get some more residue off. And then we'll probably have to let it set again. and then let the light film dry, and then just wipe it all off. That last bit of residue is not as hard to get off. Just let the lettering dry enough that you don't wipe it out if you have to put a little more pressure on it on this last run. Just check it real good. Make sure you got it all before you put that final clear coat on it. This is a good way to save an engraving that maybe you think is not quite good enough, especially if it's a personal item you're going to set around. Like I said, this was my very first project posted to YouTube. I think it was my second video. At the time, I was using Inkscape, and I think this was handwritten. It may not have been. It may have just been typed, but I think it was handwritten. But the whole thing was to just get an SVG of the recipe and put it on a board, and we did that. Hadn't used Inkscape a lot lately. It's still a great free software, but since I have Lightburn, it does what I need. All right, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit since I dampened it, and then put a final coat of clear coat on it. And I'm not selling this stuff, but it's really good. So give it a try if you like. And, you know, it's available all over. So let me get this final layer on here. And then I'll come back and show it to you. We'll put them side by side and see the difference. All right, I'll be back. Okay, well, here's the finished piece. I just put another layer of the clear coat on it to seal the paint in. I'll probably put more on it later to make it shine a little bit more. And it does fill in really well. Even the misspelled words are popping out. I'll lay a before and after side by side. You can take a look, judge for yourself, see how much good it does. And if you're using a process similar to this to paint fill, how about let me know in the comments. I'm always looking to learn. It'll help me out. It'll help other folks out when they come across it. I appreciate you folks taking time to watch. If you got questions, let me know. I'm glad to answer them if I can. And just check back often for new videos. Take care, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.